The Chief Coroner of Ontario recently met with the families of two Mohawk men from Tyendinaga who drowned in 2015. The meeting followed an APTN Investigates report last year that challenged a key police theory.
What's going through your mind as we drive over there?
What they're gonna say to us, what the answer is gonna be.
Why would anyone on earth want to hurt Tyler?
I have no idea.
Police kept saying, oh, it's drowning, it's a drowning. They were stealing fish, it's a drowning. And we were saying, no, it's not.
It seemed like they wanted to hurry up, get it done and over with, and close the book, and blame everything on my brother and Ty.
So how long do you plan to stay?
Till I know that it's third party takes over and does a full investigation into it with like a criminal investigation.
The OPP theory of how the boat went down is not correct.
For the last 2 years, both families have lived under these theories and had it was like a cement weight put on them.
What we discovered was that the boat wasn't overloaded, so there was something else that happened.
Initially, when we were doing this investigation, we felt that the manner of death was best classified as accident. So one of the actions that I will do as a regional coroner now, I'll revise our report to both have manners of death as undetermined.
We just heard what the coroner had to say. What was it like hearing those words that were going to change it from accident to undetermined?
Well, it's heartbreaking because it's on my mind of what they did to him. Because I don't know what they did to him. But I'll find out.
I'm going to help you find out. I'm not going to say now, but you know exactly where I'm going.
Yes, I do.
I've been waiting months for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go knock on that person's door.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what they have to say. The families have said the same name for years. A man on the other side of the border. Someone they believe killed their sons. Many in the community believe it too, even if there's no evidence to prove it. And now I'm crossing into the United States to find him. The man hasn't been seen in Tyendinaga in more than 10 years. Not since the bodies of Matthew Fairman and Tyler Maracle were pulled from the Bay of Quinte. He left immediately, back to his home in the Onondaga Nation outside of Syracuse, New York. That's where I'm going, to knock on his door and ask him, did you kill the boys? Because Tyler believed they were caught in a fishing turf war with the man's former boss, Kevin Brandt. Tyler's father, Robin, told me about one of those clashes, a net he and Tyler set here in Telegraph Narrows by the island. When they came back, it was gone, and Kevin's was in its place. How long was your net?
A couple 100 feet, we threw it over there, I think.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler threw it that, and then we come back and it was gone, and his was there. So what was that tell you?
Yeah.
So we just pulled his, and like I said, it was all full of holes. So they just throwed it there.
The turf war, do people try and claim certain territory as their own, like a corner on the street?
He does. He thinks he owns the whole stretch up through there.
Kevin has property on the Narrows that he uses for fishing. That's where I found him 2 summers ago.
What I had found out afterwards is that they thought they were in some kind of net war with me. Apparently they had stolen a couple of my nets like the year before or something, and then one of theirs had gone missing. Mm-hmm. They thought we were in this net stealing war. I never even knew who took the nets. We're old shitty nets anyways.
He denied any involvement in the drownings, and said he told police the same thing. He said he actually joined the search to find Tyler and Matty. That's when he spotted his net buoys at Robin's.
Robin said that you noticed one of your buoys at his place there.
Yeah. When we were like searching for them.
Yeah.
Hey, because I had the same kind on that net, so I'm like, hey, maybe they did make it back to shore. That's one of my buoys right there, like it's a homemade one.
Yeah.
Only I would use, eh?
Yeah.
But apparently they had taken it the year before, and I had no clue. Sometimes your nuts get lost down the bay, a brick can come off, or sometimes they get stolen.
Tensions were high in the community at the time over nets going missing. And when Tyler's boat was pulled from the bay, tangled inside was 500 feet of Kevin's net. That led police to assume the boys had drowned while hauling in stolen fish. The net was set the previous night by John Papa Tarbell. That's who I'm going to see. And he doesn't know that I'm coming.
Hey, John.
Hey.
Sorry to wake you up. My name is Kenneth Jackson. I'm a reporter from APTN. I came to talk to you. About 10 years ago, you were working for Kevin Brandt.
Yeah.
Remember when Tyler and Matty went missing?
Yeah.
And I understand you were working on the water that night. I wanted to talk to you about maybe what you would have saw.
Put my clothes on.
Yeah, no problem.
It's about 9 a.m. in early April. It's been just a month since we forced the coroner to change Tyler and Matty's manner of death from accident to undetermined, after proving the police theory of how the boat sank was wrong. As a result, for the first time in 10 years, authorities are now considering homicide, and all the evidence is being re-examined. Still, right now I'm wondering if I made the right decision to come here. John's son has a profile photo on Facebook with a handgun like this one. And this. The only backup I have was my camera operator filming from inside our car rental parked on the side of the road. A few minutes later, John comes back. He tells me to come inside.
Why not?
Well, it's my understanding that no one's ever come talk to you about that night.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
Your name gets tossed around a lot about working for Kevin or Scron, or whatever he was called, whatever you want to call him.
Kevin.
Yeah. I'm talking to every single person. I don't know if you're aware of me looking into that story or that case because, the families don't believe it was an accident. So I'm just trying to talk to every single person I can.
Well, I don't know. I didn't do it.
John is sitting on the couch to the right of the front door. I'm on a chair directly in front of it. I can see up the stairs and into his kitchen. It appears we are alone in the home, as John begins to explain what he did that night.
We went, set the nets, got back to the shore. We had some beers and I went back, laid down, went to sleep, woke up. Comes in and says, "Come on, Papa, something's happening down at the bay. Let's go down." So I got up, went down there, and all kinds of boats down there. So we started pulling our nets. And they took what? They took maybe, I don't know, 3 sections of net by the lighthouse.
John confirms he heard about nets going missing at the time. He also said someone kept taking one of Kevin's boats too. We speak for several minutes before he finally agrees to go on camera.
You sure you don't want to do an interview? Put it to rest? You can do it on my phone right now if you want.
All right.
That way I can go to the family and say, look, this is his words right here. All right, John. Were you on the water that night when the boys went missing?
Earlier,
And when did you leave the water?
after we got done setting, I don't know what time that was.
Just before dark, eh? Yeah. Did you ever go back in the water that night when the boys were on the water?
No.
Were you involved in their disappearance?
No, I wasn't.
What do you think about people thinking that you were involved?
Well, I don't know.
They say that you left there because you were worried about something. What were you worried about leaving?
I was worried about getting beat up because I did get threatened.
Why were they threatening you?
Because I was there. I went to their place with Scrawn.
He's talking about Tyler's parents, Tammy and Robin Maracle. John told me they threatened to murder him, something they deny.
But they were here.
You don't believe them then?
No. No, I can figure him out right there. And why, I don't know who would have threatened them, but I'm assuming if somebody would have
They were
heard.
here. Once.
Yeah, he was here in our
Him and Scrawn come here, and me and Farrell had that noose hanging up on the rafters. And we said if we found who did it, we were going to string them up in the noose. You know what I mean? That's all we said. We never pointed no fingers at them or nothing.
Unless other people in the community did.
He made it sound like he was threatened here, but it sounds like he took that noose.
It must have been the...
Why would he find that as a threat if he wasn't involved,
right?
Exactly my point.
Either way, both John and Kevin deny any involvement in the deaths. But one thing is certain. It's not me who will be asking them questions next. It will be the Toronto Police Homicide Unit, who are on their way to Tyendinaga. It's been nearly 3 months since my trip to the States and my meeting with John Papa Tarbell. Like his former boss, Kevin Brandt, he denied any involvement in the deaths of Tyler Maracle and Matthew Fairman. It's not completely unexpected. The truth behind this case has never been a straight line. And for the families back in Tyendinaga, nothing has been the same since that fateful night in April of 2015. The loss of a child, an open wound that never heals. When I first started my investigation more than 2 years ago, I met with each of them. They welcomed me into their homes and told me the stories of 2 young boys full of promise and potential. Dreams for a future cut short under the moonlight on the Bay of Quinte.
I want the truth. Matty and Ty deserve justice. They haven't got any justice, and there's no way that they'll be at peace until they do.
Now everything has changed.
We get the park here, we're not blocking anybody.
You are Danny, Ted.
These officers are with the Toronto Police Homicide Unit. They track cold-blooded killers in Canada's largest city. And they're here in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory, looking into the deaths of Tyler and Matty. 2 young men whose deaths were ruled an accident for nearly 10 years. Victims of their own misadventure, the coroner said. Thieves who sunk their own boat with stolen fish, police said. They all couldn't have been more wrong. We proved that. Now these big city murder police are in the same garage where our investigation began, and they want to make something clear from the start.
We're not just going to adopt what was said by the OPP, and we're not here to put blame on the OPP or anyone else, but we're not going to be swayed by anything. We're going to look at all the material, and we're going to start from day one. Wherever it takes us, we'll investigate.
The inspector tells the families he purposely put this team together to find the truth.
try not to look at us, and I'm not saying you are, that we're, the city cops coming up here. I can tell you as the boss, the unit commander of the homicide unit, we have the best unit in the country. Steve runs our cold case unit. Shona and Aaron are our missing persons unit. So we've blended the team to have knowledge of everything, right? And these two here are probably the best when it comes to missing persons / suspicious death investigators in the country. I could be biased saying that, but they are. And Steve's like the guru when it comes to cold cases, like genetic genealogy now. I don't know if you heard about this latest stuff, the investigate.
Yeah.
Steve's the guy, right, when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you guys are in good hands. Like I told you, we're gonna start right from the beginning on everything. There'll be no stone unturned. Trust me when I say that. And just, be hopeful and have faith in us, and I guarantee you we'll get to the bottom of it.
But like it took us nearly 2 years to prove the police were wrong, these police also need time to work the case.
This isn't something that's going to happen over a week, right? Like this is going to be over a year and a half probably, because we want to do it right? We don't want to try to rush it and just cram everyone in and get the information and move. So step by step by step, and there's a reason why we do everything that we do. Sometimes you may be looking going, why are they doing this? But we have our own reasons for doing that investigatively. So you may think it's the wrong way, but it may be to create some evidence somewhere else at the time. So anything that we do is specifically designed for the investigation.
And we know that it's not easy to trust us as we sit here from Toronto, and you've never met us, and you've already been through so much.
I have more faith in all of you than anyone else that's ever come along other than Ken.
Thank you.
The families put their trust in me and APTN from day one, doing all that I've asked of them. Together we have gotten this far. I've asked them to trust the process.
Okay, do you guys have any questions right now of us? I'm sure you have a million things running through your heads, but...
When are you gonna start?
We've started. The team's already started. Well, we'll call it disclosure, but the materials from the OPP is quite hefty. There's a lot of stuff that these guys have to review. And again, just because someone was interviewed, we're gonna have to re-interview that person. We're not gonna just, because they were interviewed, we're gonna skip them off the list. We're starting from scratch. Everything.
So just a question, when you interview them, how will they be interviewed? Will they be brought in?
We'll probably accommodate, I'm assuming most people will be from out here in the East region, so we'll come out and we'll try to find the best location that we can do it. But it'll have to be on audio or video or both.
We're hoping to do it at a hotel in Belleville maybe, so we don't have to go to a police station or anything.
So it's not just phone call like the other one?
No, absolutely not. No, it'll be all in person.
Yeah. We like to normally, Aaron and I have worked together for quite some time, and we normally like to tell somebody, put aside 2.5 hours so we can sit down, just take our time, go through the process. Because I would imagine too, and I can almost feel it in this room, it's a lot of emotion, so it's been a lot of years. So to stir that back up, we just want to make sure that you have the right time. Anyone that comes in for an interview with us.
No more phone calls.
Too many people were interviewed by police over the phone. And it's clear these police officers have seen that in the police files too. But they are keeping most of their thoughts close to their chests. Besides one thing that we all agree on.
Listen, anybody that's been in a boat knows to try to sink a boat from the top down with weight, it has to be excessive, right? Even if they say the boat's 800, 900 pounds, you would need well over 1,000 to sink that. You're not sinking. As long as you're not doing anything ridiculous, that boat's not. It's not just going to sink on its own. So
I put 1,500 pounds in it and moved it around. I remember turning. I go, okay, we're going to turn right. I'm going to turn as hard as I can, right into our wake. And I thought, okay, here it is. We're going in for sure. And the water keeping just took it.
Yeah, any of the tri hulls,
couldn't sink.
They're made not to sink, right?
Yeah, that was even with double the weight.
Yep. Yeah. No, absolutely.
The original police investigation suffered from extreme tunnel vision. Matty and Tyler were labeled thieves for nearly a decade. That alone hasn't been easy for their families. Then again, nothing has. Toronto Police Homicide Unit begin their investigation, Robin Maracle and family friend Joe Martin are taking me back to where it all started. The Bay of Quinte means something to the Mohawk. In many ways, it defines the people who call this land home. Serene water that gives life, but also takes it away. Robin grew up fishing on the bay. It's a tradition that he passed down to his only son.
What do you think about Toronto Police being here now and investigating? And
well, we'll see what they got to bring to it. Can't do nothing but help, I guess, right? Someone else having another look at it.
They seemed pretty serious when we met with them, right? They seemed pretty into it.
They were straight up anyways. Haven't heard nothing back from them yet. See if they're going to interview anybody or what they were going to do.
Just based on some of the answers they gave, I knew that they had read the file, at least. They had looked into and saw some of the holes that we saw. Like how the boat went down. Interviewing people over the phone, promising never to do that again. Like everything will be in person.
If they can get them to come and talk to them, right? It's the next thing.
I don't know. I see those 4 officers and the other team they have. I wouldn't want them chasing me. You know what I mean?
If you got nothing to hide, why wouldn't you talk?
Yeah.
It's just straight easy. It's natural. Nothing to hide. You got nothing to worry about talking about.
So you have high hopes for them?
Yeah, that's the hope we got. After how many years?
10.
10, going on 11.
Yeah. I feel like we're close.
Well, yeah, it was just his birthday last week.
Yeah. You would have been 30? Is that what it was? Yeah.
Actually, he'd been 31.
31, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
He'd been turning 21 that year, the month after he went. Yeah, it's still never ever heals over. You know what I mean? It just
Forever open, eh?
Yeah, it's never be the same. Nothing the same anymore.